What's up, YouTube? Today, I want to talk about a comic book movie that not many people are aware of. Now, how many Fantastic Four films are we aware of? You got your 2005 Fantastic Four, with its follow-up 2007 Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. That's a mouthful, isn't it? But did you know that in 1994 there was to be a Fantastic Four film, and it never did get released? Why is that?
After the success of the 1992 X-Men series, Marvel began to try out other popular characters from their comics and give them a shot at the television media. This era is what I like to call the Marvel Renaissance. Never picking up a comic till I was in college, this was the only way I became exposed to the awesome storytelling of Stan Lee and the visual imagination of Jack Kirby, both who shaped and molded the Marvel Universe. Each show was unique as each hero or heroes dealt with their issues in life, whether fighting crime or just everyday problems. But there was one series that stood out in my mind more than the rest, the Fantastic Four. I don't know what it was about the show, whether it was the unique character personalities or the chemistry of the team, but there was something about it that was so addicting, I kept coming back for more of the excitement and the adventure. After viewing most of the other Marvel television series, I believe this one had the most cameos of the Marvel Universe. Constant Films announced that a movie of the Fantastic Four would premiere in 1994, but later canceled the release. Why scrap a finished film? Wouldn't it have been the perfect time to show a movie with its popularity on the rise? It couldn't have been that bad, right? Well, over 10 years later, Constant Film released a Fantastic Four film, with a sequel 2 years later. These films were great, but I never found out about the 1994 film until recently. Once I saw that forbidden copy, I had to see it for my own eyes. It stars Alex Hyde White as Reed Richards, Rebecca Stapp as Susan Storm, Jay Underwood as Johnny Storm, Michael Bailey Smith as Ben Grimm, and Joseph Klump as Victor Von Doom. It was produced by Stephen Brabanier and directed by Oli Sassonon. I apologize in advance for the quality of the video. As the film begins, we are taken to Victor and Reed's college days, showing off their so-called friendship. I have to admit, this film begins pretty accurate to the comics. Watching Doom's face get jacked up is like watching the ball drop on New Year's Eve. Oh, not yet. There it is! 10 years pass, and Reed's getting ready to make his studies on cosmic radiation in space, and Ben Grimm suggests that the Storm family are the best in their field, and would be quite essential for their team. Oh wait, this part hurts my head.
Hi, Mrs. Storm. Johnny and Susan go to outer space with us?
Well, I don't know, dear. You'll have to ask them.
Yeah. So, anyway, Reed finally gets to see Sue as an adult after seeing her last as a middle schooler, and falls for her like a high school crush.
Look at you. The Fantastic Four.
Really? That is how they got their name? Then we are introduced to the villains of our film. Who is that coming out of the bowels of the subterranean? Is it the Mole Man? No! It's a movie-made villain called the Jeweler, played by Ian Trigger. Hey, it's Alicia Masters, played by Kat Green. Wow. Watching this feels like watching a bad 70s soap opera. With the same mediocre acting. So anyways, Doom stays in the shadows and watches everything take place, like silently moving chess pieces across the board without anybody knowing his presence. This is actually the best Doom I've seen on film. He's very close to the original material. Very Silver Age. So the team goes to space, gets bombarded with cosmic rays, and everything goes to hell. And Doom is proud of his victory and gloats like nobody's business. You really gotta give it to Doom in this movie. The four survive, and Reed just can't piece it together how they came out alive. Soon we discover that they've developed powers, and, well, check out the display of powers.
Funny, I'm right here.
Look.
What is wrong with you guys? It's like you've seen a ghost.
Get your legs, Susan. Susan, no!
Yeah, pretty low budget. So, they wait to be rescued, and Johnny has a hard time keeping his cool. Doom discovers that Richards had survived, and orders his men to retrieve Reed and his colleagues. Back at the fort, Doom's men arrive disguised as U.S. soldiers and officials, but everyone is caught off guard by Ben Grimm's transformation that took place while no one was watching. Wow. You know, that's actually not a bad job on the Thing's costume. I really need to give credit to Carl Cifarello, who played the Thing in the costume. He really captures the emotion and turmoil that plays deep inside him. So, without the four knowing, they are gathered at Doom's castle. I really don't want to spoil the whole movie for you. I am leaving a lot of detail out, and I'm sure the film's 10 times better without me talking through it. I find myself scratching my head on some of these plot holes, but honestly, I am enjoying myself through this whole film.
Wow. Wow, okay. Well, I can kind of see why it got shelved. But it's not a terrible movie. It has its flaws and quirks, but all in all, the only thing that's terrible about it was, I'd say, was the budget. And that's exactly why it got shelved, was because of the budget. How bad does the budget compare to the other films? Let's review.
Fantastic Four in 2005, $100 million. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, 2007, $130 million. And the Fantastic Four in 1994, an estimated $1.5 million. Turns out that Constant Films had the rights to the characters since the 1980s, and were about to lose the rights unless they started filming something. After a 25-day shoot from the cast and crew, all working 20 hours a day at very low pay, they completed something actually, I'd like to say, fantastic. The cast and crew were told that if the film was not released in theaters, it would have been used as a TV pilot for a potential series. Unfortunately, neither happened. All in all, the movie's really not that bad. It's enjoyable and in a lot of ways pretty accurate to the comics. As far as the costumes, Dr. Doom and the Thing I felt were the best. Doom looks like he's taken right out of the comics, and I really enjoyed this version of the Thing more than the 2005 film. It looks more monstrous and shocking at first glance than the other, and that's what it's supposed to be. This man, this monster.
It's clobbering time.
I really feel this could have been a very successful TV movie. It captures the feel and the mood of the Fantastic Four in the comics. Now, the only purpose of the film was to retain the rights, but I feel it deserves a chance to basically find its audience, and amount to something. The Fantastic Four have always been a staple in the Marvel Universe. With its unique writing style, it pretty much had a certain whimsy to it. That's the best word I can put it. A certain whimsy. And the Fantastic Four were always more than just a team. They were a family. A unique aspect that made them different from the rest, and something that we can all relate to. It made the team seem important. Now, I hope you enjoyed my movie review on what I like to think is a long-lost gem. I know there is a better version out there on YouTube, so go ahead and check it out. And feel free to comment below what you think about the movie. Have us a debate if we'd like. Now, I'm going to be working on my next one in a little bit, and it'll be on a certain hero that I really enjoy. He's one of my favorites.